Check it out, guys. It's the Von Squash. Wait, that's not right. Hang on. Let's try that again. Hey, check it out, guys. It's a Tamiya squash band. I still think Von Squash sounds way cooler, but it's a Tamiya squash band. Look how cool this thing is. Oh my God, 1950s Ford body styling panel van truck thing that's gonna come deliver squash right to your house. Let's see what's in the box.
Excellent!
This RC assembly kit is inspired by 1950s American panel vans. The stylish body with rounded hood, unique tire housing shape, and low headlight and grille positions is molded in lightweight and durable polycarbonate. Stickers feature designs such as squash illustrations, name logo, and triple pinstripes in gold, black, and blue. The gear-driven four-wheel drive GF-02 chassis utilizes four-wheel double wishbone suspension equipped with friction dampers and is fitted with 123mm diameter tires, which ensures powerful performance both on and off-road. But there's a few things I think we need to clear up before we open up this box. Primarily, being this is kit number 58725, everywhere I read online said that it does come with an ESC. However, right here on the box, you're going to see that it says electronic speed controller not included. I still don't know because I haven't opened this box yet, but let's find out in a second if it does or does not come with an ESC. There's an option for four-wheel steering on this truck, which is super duper cool. Another cool fact is that it uses the same wheelbase as a CC-02 long wheelbase. From what I've read, you can take your long wheelbase CC-02 body and put it on this chassis. The kit does come with friction shocks, which don't have the best reputation, and they're definitely not my favorite. I took a shot in the dark not knowing how long the shocks were, and I picked up a set of these oil-filled shocks from option number 1, hoping they're the right size. And the name Squash Van. What's the deal with the name Squash Van, or Von Squash as I like to call it? I put up a poll on YouTube recently and a bunch of you guys chimed in. And I hadn't even put two and two together, but it makes so much sense. The body is really very, very close to a Tamiya Midnight Pumpkin. So I guess they've gone from a truck to a van, a pumpkin to a squash. That makes sense to me. Two-wheel drive to four-wheel drive. Old school design, modern design. That checks out. But I do think it's kind of funny that there's a photo of a pumpkin on the door instead of a squash. Am I wrong here? As far as I know, that's a pumpkin. That's not a squash. Maybe the squash look different in other parts of the world. Now, with all that mumbo jumbo out of the way, let's see what's inside this box. Would you look at all the squash van goodness here? I love when you just get this simple piece of paper on top, squash van, GF-02 chassis. How cool does that look? All right, first thing we see is the body. Have a look at this body. They've done something pretty neat here. These body is somewhat trimmed already. Hold the phone. Wow. It's got gills. But they've gone ahead and pre-scored and pre-cut the wheel openings for you, so you're not going to make a mess of them. Well, I always make a mess of them. For once, I won't make a mess of them. That's pretty cool. The manual calls for two colors. The main color is cobalt green, Tamiya PS54. I did notice some silver on the bumper, so you're going to want to get some silver paint for the bumpers, or black if you want to go black. And then the roof portion, they have it in the manual to be painted PS1 white, but I'm going to go a little bit different, not too crazy. But I'm going to go PS57 here, which is a pearl white, which I think is more sort of suited to an old school 50s panel van. What a beaut. What's next? Is it too early for a tire sniff? No, it's time for a tire sniff. These are nice, big Blackfoot tires. Let's see what they smell like. Oh, yeah. Oh my God. Woo! I think this took 5 years off my life. Yeah, definitely similar, pattern to the Blackfoot. Maybe even the exact same. Maybe we should compare. This is my Riri Blackfoot, and you can see the tires. That's the same tire, bud. Interestingly enough, if you look at the tire in the Blackfoot, it's a little bit more of a kind of a gray color. And for the Von Squash, it's looking like a lot blacker. It feels sticky. Might be this one's been on the shelf for a few years. But that is the situation with the tires. They smell potent. You got 4 of them. It's a Blackfoot tire. Wheels, we've got white one-piece wheels with the pattern that we have definitely seen before from Tamiya. And looks like a 12mm hex in the back, which is nice for all 4 wheels, 12mm hex. So you can pretty easily interchange with a lot of popular wheel options these days. All right, what do we got? Look at this chassis, guys. This is one of the coolest things about this kit, in my humble opinion, is that this massive, here, I'll show you one at a time. This massive gearbox is your chassis. Look at the inside here. You can imagine how many gears this thing's gonna have, and you can imagine how many plastic bushings this kit's gonna come with. So a really good idea is to get your ball bearings ahead of time, guys, because this thing is a massive two-piece. It kind of goes like this, and that's your chassis and your gearbox are all one. You can imagine if you decide to upgrade the bearings after you've built it, you've got a lot of work to do. Ask me how I know. My G601, my Tamiya Kong head, I had to rip the whole thing apart, clean it all out, put the bearings in. I'll never make that mistake again. If you're gonna build one of these, get your bearings ahead of time. What else do we have? We've got some body posts, some other goodies. Bag here, yeah, we've got some body posts. We've got our shock mounts, stuff like that. Friction shocks again, guys. So friction shocks are not the best. They do the trick, but there's, they'll absorb the hits, but there's no dampening. So you get a really bouncy drive. I'm really hoping and praying that these option 1 oil shocks I purchased are going to fit. Some more body posts, nice soft plastic material. Front bumper there looking nice and beefy. What else we got here? Looks like here we've got our upper, lower arms and links and stuff like that. Looks like we've got non-adjustable links, so we'll have fixed camber. We've got some uprights, some differential covers, just some more hard plastic bits. What's the deal with all these uprights? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't know. I bet you Tamiya has plans to do something else with this chassis. Who knows? What do we have here? Just more of our upper and lower arms, fixed links for camber. And then the big bag O screws and pots. I'm curious if we're gonna find a Speedo in here. Not that kind of Speedo. Parts bag C, just have our springs, screws, and body pins. Dog bones, hardware, all that good stuff. Bag B, a bunch of out drives, all metal. Nice, nice, nice. Bag A, we've got some grease, we've got some gears, all metal gears, and these all metal gears are for the differentials. We've got gear diffs in this thing, not ball diffs, which is a definite plus. Wah, wah, wah. Look at all these bushings, guys. There's got to be 30 in there, plus we got some of the brass oilite bushings, so definitely consider a ball bearing upgrade if you buy this thing. And the motor is your standard Mabuchi. I have not seen a speed controller yet. Last but not least, we've got the mystery box. Pump up the good times. I tell you, I'm gonna pump up my good time if there's an ESC in here. Anybody want to make a bet? What do you think? We got an ESC in here? We've got a bunch of gears. We've got a bunch more gears. And we've got a servo saver, a battery hold down tray, and some wheel hexes. The kit, she does not come with the ESC. What else we got in here, guys? We're almost done. Safety stuff, don't need it. Pump up the good times. I love it. Tamiya instructions are so good. I'm going to say this on every unboxing that I do. Their instructions are just the best. If you're not familiar with building your own RC kit, and you're feeling maybe a little bit apprehensive, maybe be too hard, it's not hard. And these instructions are so good. They spell it out really easily for you. Not to mention that you're surrounded by a great community, like say the Poor Boys RC Facebook group, which you should probably go ahead and join because it's really awesome. What do we got going on here? We've got some window masks in the decal bag. Pretty minimal decals. Pump up the good times is like the saying of 2024. I'm going into 2024 with pump up the good times in the brain. My buddy Mark Bryan, his most recent video, if you haven't checked out his channel, make sure you go check him out. I'll leave a link down below. He just worked on a Subaru body and every sticker was pre-cut. How nice was that? Let's see if these are pre-cut. Not bloody likely. No, not pre-cut at all. So make sure you have a good pair of scissors, some patience, an X-Acto knife, a razor blade, however you want to do it. But you've got some stickers that are going to be going on a very curvy body. So good to have some heat. I like to use a hairdryer. Works really well. Gets the stickers nice and soft, and you can do what you got to do. I mean, manipulate them around corners. That's it. That's what's in the box. And one of the big thrills about this kit is that it comes in a big box as well. So after building a lot of two-wheel drive buggies and touring cars and XV01s that all come in a smaller box, there's just something to be said about when you get a big box. It just feels good. Here's a brand new inbox Midnight Pumpkin, which I'm hanging on to for a rainy day when I just need a good pick-me-up build. I've got this guy sitting here, and you can really see how the Von Squash is really considerably larger than the Tamiya Midnight Pumpkin. So I'm going to leave all the information down that you might need if you want to grab one of these. I'll have it all in the description box down below. And if you enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. It means so much to us content creators. Those little clicks are the fuel we need to keep creating more content for you guys. And thank you to all of you existing viewers that come show after show. Always leave the great comments. It really means a ton, guys. It is awesome. Thank you all so much. I'm going to go start building this thing. You guys have an awesome weekend and be excellent to each other.